Hi students, this is Sivakumar. 10th Standard Mathematics, Chapter number 1, Continuation of Exercise 1.4. Now, problem number 11. Here's the question, listen. The distance capital S an object travels under the influence of gravity in time t seconds is given by the equation S of t equals half gt squared plus at plus b. Here, g represents acceleration due to gravity and a and b are constants. You have to verify s of t is 1 to 1 or not. Check the function s of t is 1 to 1 means you have to verify whether it is 1 to 1 or not. Okay. Now, you are given s of t equals half gt squared plus at plus b. You have to verify s of t is 1 to 1 or not. See, here a and b are constants. That's not fixed to 1. If fixed to 1, you can give different values for t and you can verify whether it is 1 to 1 or not. Because a and b are, in general, you are given constants. In that case, what to do? Refer page number 17 in textbook. Here it is. Under 1 to 1 function, what is given here? For all a1, a2 belongs to the set A, here A is the domain. If you consider f of a1 equals f of a2, if you prove a1 and a2 are equal, then we can say f is called a 1 to 1 function. Okay, this condition to be applied here. Solution. T is the time. I take two different times, t1 and t2. Consider t has to be replaced by t1 as well as t2. I am considering s of t1 and s of t2 are equal. By considering s of t1 and s of t2 are equal, if I prove t1 equals t2, then we can say s of t is an 1 to 1 function. Okay, look at that. Inside the brackets t, here t1. That means the t has to be replaced by t1. So half g t1 squared plus a t1 plus b, that is equal to, now t has to be replaced by t2 here. So replace t by t2. Half g t2 squared plus a t2 plus b. Okay, now can cancel b alone. Plus b get cancelled. You can directly cancel. Otherwise, if you bring that b to the left hand side, you will be getting minus b. So plus b minus b get cancelled. Otherwise, you can directly cancel b because b is in left hand side. Here also b is in right hand side. Now half g t1 squared plus a t1. This one comes to the left hand side, minus half g2 squared. It comes to the left hand side, minus at2, that is equal to 0. Between these two, can take half g as common. If you take half g as common, you'll be getting here, which one is left out? t1 squared there, t2 squared including minus, so minus t2 squared plus. Between these two, you can take a alone common. If you take a as common, you'll be getting t1 over here, minus t2, because already I have taken a common. So t1 minus t2, that is equal to 0. So half g right as it is. So what form it is? This is of the form a squared minus b squared. You know the algebraic identity. We know that a squared minus b squared, that is equal to a plus b into a minus b. I am going to apply this identity over here. So instead of a, what is here? t1. Instead of b, you have t2. So this can be written as t1 plus t2 into t1 minus t2 according to this identity, plus a into t1 minus t2, that is equal to 0. Between these two, we can take t1 minus t2 as common, correct? If we take t1 minus t2 as common, which one is left out after taking out t1 minus t2. This term is left out of g into t1 plus t2. Since I have taken t1 minus t2 as common, which one is left out over here? A, that is equal to 0. So product of these two equals 0. That means either t1 minus t2 equals 0 or this expression is equal to 0. Which implies t1 minus t2 equals 0 or half g into t1 plus t2 plus a equals 0. Half g into t1 plus t2 plus a equals 0. This one, if it is not possible, we can say t1 that is equal to, if it is not possible, particularly this one is not possible, so t1 minus t2 comes right hand side plus t2, we have proved t1 equals t2, automatically it is a one-to-one function. But this is possible. Why, sir? How it is possible? Listen carefully, it's an important note for you. Here I consider this is number 1. We know that in the question, what about the g? Acceleration due to gravity. So influence of gravity is given, no? So g, you know very well, g that is equal to minus 9.8 meter per second. Influence of gravity. I consider 9.8 approximately I consider minus 10. APP represents approximately. Minus 9.8 I have taken approximately as minus 10. Okay. Now let t1 I consider any one number. T1 and t2 are two different times. I consider t1 that is equal to 4 and t2 that is equal to, shall we consider 6. Okay, any values you can take. I have taken t1 equals 4, t2 equals 6. I substitute. Equation number 1 implies, listen carefully, half g have taken minus 10 into t1 that is equal to 4, t2 have taken 6 plus a is there. A and b are constants given in the question itself. So a can be any constant. We can take the value of a later on. Listen, cancelled. 4 plus 6, 10. 10 into minus 5, minus 50. So I consider here plus 50. Let a that is equal to 50. It is possible only, no, because a is a constant only. I consider a that is equal to 50. Look at that. This is LHS. In equation number 1 I have taken LHS. Minus 5 into 4 plus 6 is 10 plus 50 minus 50 plus 50, that is equal to 0. It is possible. So look at the right hand side. So I have proved that RHS. Therefore it cannot be neglected. Suppose if you are getting t1 and t2 are equal, only we can say it's a 1-to-1 according to that note in page number 17, already we discussed. So it is also possible, so we can't say it is a 1-to-1. It is not 1-to-1 function. Therefore S of t is not 1-to-1 function. Okay, so even in that page number 31, listen, see here, clear explanation is given here. Quadratic function, a function f from capital R to R defined by f of x equals ax square plus bx plus c. In our question, in problem number 11, half gt square plus at plus b, this is in terms of t. This one in terms of x. It's a quadratic function. It is also a quadratic function. It's called a quadratic function. Look at that. If f of x equals plus x squared, you'll be getting the parabola like this. Open upward parabola. Suppose f of x that is equal to minus x squared, you'll be getting the parabola. Open downward parabola. Here we have that, look at that, half gt square. We don't know the value of g. Even that is equal to minus 9.8, correct? G that is equal to minus 9.8. So we are getting minus 10 approximately. So definitely we'll be getting some negative value over here. So we'll be getting the graph like this. Okay, up, downward graph. For your reference, okay, if I draw a horizontal line over here, if I draw a horizontal line, you know that horizontal line test. If I draw a horizontal line, look at that, this horizontal line intersects the graph at how many points? 2 points. According to the horizontal line test, if a horizontal line intersects the graph at only 1 point, that is an one-to-one function. It intersects the graph at how many points? 2 points. Definitely it is not an one-to-one function. See, the equation of motion of a particle, very important one, very important one. The equation of motion of a particle traveling under the influence of gravity is a quadratic function of time, according to that problem. Same only. These functions are not one-to-one, clearly given. So we have proved that's not one-to-one only, but book answer is one-to-one. It's absolutely wrong. In the next edition, if it comes not, definitely the book answer will be changed. So given answer in the textbook is one-to-one, but actual answer is not one-to-one only. Okay, I hope that you have understood this problem. If you have any doubt over the problem, you can call me. I'll be clearing that doubt. Thank you, children. I'll be teaching the next problem in the next video.